The unexpected arrival, the stars were calm that day. The Galactic Council was busy with routine meetings, and most species went about their usual affairs. But deep in the outer edges of the galaxy, something was stirring. A small group of alien diplomats prepared their ship for a journey to Earth, planet few had ever met in person. The alien leaders sent their best diplomats. Their mission was clear: to make peace with Earth and open new doors for trade and friendship. For years, rumors about Earth's strength had spread across the galaxy. Some said humans were fierce warriors. Others believed Earth was a backwater, weak and unimportant. Now the truth would finally be tested. The diplomat's ship moved swiftly through space, shining bright under the distant suns. Inside, the diplomats discussed their plans nervously. They hoped Earth would welcome them. They hoped for peaceful talks. But some among them whispered warnings about Earth's hidden power. Meanwhile, on Earth, the atmosphere was calm but tense. Scientists and military leaders watched the alien ship approach, but they did not panic. Instead, they prepared something few in the galaxy had seen before: a massive Titan-Class warship, silent and deadly, waiting just beyond the diplomatic. Meeting point. The diplomat's ship entered Earth's orbit and docked at the great space station built to welcome visitors. They walked through the airlocks, stepping into a world unlike their own. The humans greeted them with calm expressions and polite words. The aliens tried to hide their curiosity and fear. Then, without warning, the massive Titan-Class warship appeared. It was cloaked until the last moment, then suddenly revealed itself behind the diplomat's ship. The warship was huge, with towering walls of metal and lights that glowed like distant stars. It was Earth's symbol of power, a warning to anyone who might think of attacking. The diplomats froze. Their leaders' eyes widened in shock. Some whispered among themselves. Others stared silently at the warship. This was not what they expected. They thought Earth would be weak. Instead, they faced a giant machine built for war. But Earth's leaders did not shout or fire weapons. They stood tall and firm. Their calm showed confidence, not fear. The message was clear. Earth was ready for anything, but they wanted peace. The diplomats tried to speak, but the silence was heavy. One of them finally said, "We came for friendship, not war." A human ambassador smiled gently. "We welcome you, but we cannot ignore the past. We must be prepared." The diplomats looked at each other, unsure what to do next. Some felt fear, others felt respect. The galaxy had watched quietly, waiting to see what Earth would do. The air was thick with tension. The diplomats' next move would change everything. Asterisk, the silent warning. The diplomats sat quietly in the grand hall of Earth's space station. Their eyes darted around, watching the humans move with calm but sharp purpose. No one spoke at first. The silence was heavy like the calm before a storm. The human leader finally broke the silence. "You came here seeking peace," he said, his voice steady and strong. "But peace is built on truth. Let me tell you why Earth built the Titan-Class warship." A hush fell over the room. The diplomats leaned in, curious but wary. The human continued, "Long ago, Earth was attacked many times. Many tried to take our planet. Many tried to destroy us. We survived because we learned to be strong." He paused and looked at each diplomat. "We hide our strength not because we want war, but because we want peace. We want others to think twice before they attack." A hologram flickered to life above the table. Images of past battles played out: huge fleets attacking Earth, explosions lighting up space, cities falling. The diplomats watched in silence, some with growing fear. One diplomat whispered to another, "They are not weak. They have power no one knew." The human leader saw their reaction and nodded. "Yes, we have power, But we want to use it to protect, not to conquer. The diplomats exchanged uneasy glances. One of them finally spoke up. If your strength is so great, why do you still want peace? The human smiled. Because war destroys everything. We want to survive, and so do you. The diplomats thought deeply. They realized Earth was not just another weak planet. It was a world that had survived great dangers. The Titan-Class warship was not a threat. It was a warning. But beneath their respect, a new tension grew. Some diplomats wondered if Earth's power could become a danger to them all. Could peace last, or was war only delayed? Outside the hall, the Titan-Class warship waited silently, its engines humming softly like a giant beast ready to awaken. The diplomats knew this was no empty threat. The meeting continued, but the weight of the silent warning hung in the air. Every word spoken was measured carefully, as if the future of the galaxy depended on it. Secrets of the Titan-Class. The diplomats were invited aboard the Titan-Class warship itself. The massive vessel loomed above them like a sleeping giant, its surface shining with a strange metal that seemed to absorb light. As they stepped inside, their eyes widened in awe and disbelief. Warship was a marvel of human engineering. Hallways glowed with soft lights, walls hummed with power, and the air smelled faintly of ozone and metal. It was clear this was no ordinary ship. This was Earth's ultimate protector. A human engineer led the tour. This ship is built to survive anything, she said proudly. Its armor can resist blasts that would destroy entire fleets. Its weapons can strike across light years. The diplomats moved from room to room. They saw control centers filled with glowing screens, rooms where huge cannons were loaded with energy pulses, and hangars holding swift fighter ships. The warship's size was almost unimaginable. One diplomat whispered, "This is not just a weapon. It's a fortress, a moving city of war." The engineer smiled. Yes, the Titan-Class was designed after centuries of fighting for Earth's survival. We learned from every attack, every enemy. This ship is our shield and sword. As they toured, some diplomats grew uneasy. Why show us this now? One asked quietly. The engineer looked at them steadily. Because the galaxy is changing, threats grow stronger. Earth will not be caught unprepared again. We want allies who understand what it means to protect their home. The diplomats nodded slowly. They understood the warning hidden beneath the pride. Earth was powerful, yes, but it was also lonely, ready to face enemies without fear or hesitation. The silent power of the Titan-Class warship spoke louder than any words. It was a promise and a challenge, as the diplomats returned to the station. Their minds raced. How would this power change the galaxy? Could peace survive in the shadow of such strength? The first challenge, the talks between Earth and the alien diplomats, had barely begun when an unexpected alarm shattered the calm. Red lights flashed across the space station, and warning sirens echoed through the halls. Outside, hostile ships appeared on the sensors, fast, aggressive, and clearly not interested in diplomacy. The rogue faction was known across the galaxy for their cruelty. They rejected peace and thrived on chaos and war. And now they had chosen this moment to strike. Earth's Titan-Class warship moved instantly. Its engines roared to life, and massive energy cannons powered up with blinding light. The diplomats watched in stunned silence as the warship sprang into action, not to attack them, but to protect. The first shots fired, bright beams of energy slicing through the dark void. Enemy ships exploded in fiery bursts, their pilots caught off guard by the warship's power. The battle was fierce but swift, with the Titan-Class warship dominating the fight. The diplomats could only stare as their supposed allies showed their true strength. The warship was more than a symbol. It was a weapon that could change the course of the galaxy. Some diplomats felt fear rising in their hearts. Others felt admiration. The rogue faction's attack was repelled, but the message was clear. Earth would defend itself and its allies with unmatched force. As the last enemy ship fled, the human ambassador turned to the diplomats. "This is our reality," he said quietly. "We seek peace, but we will fight if we must." The diplomats nodded slowly, understanding the truth behind the calm words. The galaxy was no longer a place for weakness. Earth's arrival had changed everything. The space station returned to quiet, but the diplomats knew their mission had grown more complicated. Trust would not come easily, and peace was a fragile thing. The diplomatic choice. After the fierce battle, the diplomats gathered in a quiet chamber deep inside the space station. Their faces were tense, eyes full of questions and doubts. The peaceful mission they had imagined was now tangled in fear and uncertainty. Some diplomats spoke quietly among themselves. "Earth's power is unlike anything we expected. Can we trust such strength?" Others argued back, "We must. They protected us. Without their warship, we would have been destroyed." The leader of the alien delegation stood and addressed the group. "We came here to build peace, but now we face a new reality. Do we continue talks with a planet so powerful it could end us all? Or do we leave before it is too late?" The room fell silent. The choice was not easy. Some feared Earth's strength would turn to conquest. Others believed Earth's power was a shield, not a sword. Meanwhile, back in the human council chamber, Earth's leaders watched the diplomats carefully. They knew this moment was critical. Peace required trust, but trust could only grow from respect and honesty. A human envoy prepared to meet the alien leaders again. "We offer friendship and technology," he said. "We want allies who stand with us, not enemies who fear us." The diplomats discussed long into the night. Some argued for alliance, seeing Earth as a protector in a dangerous galaxy. Others worried Earth's might would overshadow all others. Finally, the delegation decided to continue the talks, but caution. They would watch Earth closely, seeking proof that peace was real and not just a weapon in disguise. As the diplomats left the chamber, the tension in the air was thick. The galaxy held its breath, waiting to see if a fragile peace could survive under the shadow of Earth's Titan-Class warship. The future was uncertain, but one thing was clear: nothing would ever be the same. A new alliance or war? The diplomatic talks resumed, but the air was thick with tension. Earth's offer was simple yet powerful. Share advanced technology and protection in exchange for respect and peace. The diplomats listened closely, weighing the possibilities. Some saw hope. "With Earth's strength behind us, our worlds could thrive," one diplomat said quietly. "Together, we could stop the endless wars." Others remained suspicious. "Power like theirs could easily turn to domination," whispered another. "What if Earth's friendship is just a mask for control?" Behind closed doors, secret meetings were held. The rogue faction, humiliated by their defeat, plotted to destroy the fragile peace. They spread rumors and misinformation, trying to turn diplomats against Earth. Meanwhile, Earth prepared quietly. The Titan-Class warship was ready, its weapons primed but unused. Soldiers trained day and night, knowing that peace was delicate and could shatter at any moment. In the main chamber, the diplomats faced their hardest choice yet. Would they accept Earth's offer and stand united? Or would fear and suspicion ignite a war that could consume the galaxy? The human ambassador spoke with calm determination. "We do not seek conquest. We seek survival. Together, we can build a future where no one lives in fear." A tense silence followed. Then, slowly, some diplomats nodded. The path to alliance was difficult, but it was also a chance for peace. But just as hope began to grow, a hidden alarm sounded. The rogue faction had launched a surprise attack aimed at destroying the diplomats and Earth's warship alike. The chamber erupted into chaos. Earth's Titan-Class warship powered up, ready to defend not only its home, but the fragile hopes of a new alliance. Asterisk, the galaxy's future. The alarm blared through the space station, shaking walls and rattling nerves. The rogue faction's ships surged in, firing chaos and destruction toward the diplomats and Earth's warship. It was a sudden strike, meant to end the fragile peace forever, but Earth's Titan-Class warship was ready. Its massive shields flared, bright, absorbing blasts that would have destroyed smaller ships. The warship's cannons fired back with deadly precision, cutting through the enemy fleet like a storm dot inside the station. The diplomats watched the battle unfold. Fear turned to awe as they saw Earth's true power in action, not reckless destruction, but careful, powerful defense. The rogue faction's attack faltered. Their ships fell one by one, and the remaining forces retreated into the dark void of space. The battle was won, but the cost was clear. Trust had been tested, and the future still held danger. In the quiet after the fight, the diplomats returned to their chambers. The attack had changed everything. Now they saw Earth not only as a powerful warrior, but as a necessary ally. A new peace treaty was signed, promising cooperation, protection, and respect between Earth and the galaxy's many species. Earth's strength was no longer a secret or a threat. It was a foundation for a new era. But as celebrations began, a distant signal pulsed from the far reaches of space. A mysterious message unlike any before. It warned of a threat beyond anything the galaxy had seen. The diplomats and humans exchanged worried glances. The future was uncertain, but one thing was clear. Earth's Titan-Class warship and its people would stand ready to face whatever came next. The galaxy watched and waited as a new chapter began, one shaped by strength, courage, and a will to protect all who called the stars home. Asterisk.